Yo, LaRock.
Check one. My mic sound nice.
Yo, Lady Bex.
My mic sound nice. Check two. My mic sound nice. Check three. Are you ready?
Now that's Black Girl Magic.
The sisterhood radio, the sisterhood radio, the sisterhood radio, the sisterhood radio.
I know that's right.
Unbossed, unbothered, the sisterhood radio. Yo, what's poppin', Philly? It's your boy Warbucks, checking out the Sistahood Radio podcast with LaRock and Lady Bex. Strong, independent, educated black woman. Yeah, dig, huh?
Sisterhood Radio, unbossed and unbothered with LaRock and Lady Bex.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is the Sistahood Radio. I am LaRock Lewis, and we are live from the Bronx. This is iAccess Radio. Yay, we made it to Friday, everybody. It is Happy Friday, and it's not snowing, and I'm happy about that. Hello, everybody. How's everybody's Friday night doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a very exciting week. I know the kids in New York City had off all week. Newark had off all week, too, I believe. Not the kids in Patterson, no. We were at work. We were definitely at work there. So hope everybody had a good week. If you did have the week off, it is awesome. We are live right here from iAccess Radio. We're here in the Bronx. Hanging out, we have my DJ. What's up, DJ?
What's up?
Have my DJ here tuning, having some great music. We have a great show ahead of us. Lady Bex is not here tonight, and hopefully we'll get to see her again with our next show, but hopefully she'll call in. So make sure we tune in to that. We have a wonderful show ahead of us, along with some really great music. And guess what? It is still Black History Month. You know, but the way we do things here on Sisterhood Radio, where we are unbossed and unbothered, and we're here to empower, inspire, and uplift Black women and culture, we are 365 of our Black history, okay? So please tune in to that, always. And if you're not sure what Black history is, I really hope you are. You can just turn on the TV now. You can definitely see that people are promoting Black history. You know, McDonald's used to do it. That's how I got the 365 from back in the day, right? McDonald's was talking about 365, you know? So make sure you teach your children. I don't care if you are not an African American in this country. Black history is American history. And I think there will be less problems in this world in this country, if everyone, studied Black history. In this country, we will start understanding and empathize and sympathize with our people. But anyway, we're here. We have some great music coming up, and we have a wonderful guest. I'll introduce you to her in a moment. Trust me, it is one of Teaneck's finest, alongside me, of course. Shout out to all Teaneck, New Jersey. That's right. I'm putting Teaneck on the map. That is my hometown, but I was born in the Bronx and, lived in the Bronx for a little bit. But Jersey raised me. Shout out to Teaneck and Bergen County. I don't have anybody bigging up the Bronx tonight, do I?
Oh, yeah. You got to big up the Bronx all day.
Of course. Let me not say that too loud, because I am in the Bronx. I don't want to get knocked out when I get outside. But always big up to Jersey. What's up to Patterson? All my Patterson listeners, I definitely see you out there listening from Patterson, from Newark, Atlantic City, all of my home state of Jersey, and of course, New York, you're always out there. This is a Sisterhood Radio, y'all. We're going to take a 1-minute break with some music, and we'll come back with our special guests.
killer. Big Snoop D.O. Dub. The American dream. Hey, yo, nephew, why don't you come up off them keys and sing a little something for the ladies? You know what I'm talking about? Let them know how we feeling right now.
Every time I come around, shawty love me down. Run up on me like click clap, sound like take that. Make it do what it do when we doing what we doing in the back of the lag. I'm like, I'm a ball for that. And every night her body gets jacked, that gang, stuck, gang, gang, stuck, that gang, stuck, gang, gang, stuck, gang, stuck, gang, gang, stuck, that gang, stuck.
And she love the way I put it on her. Summer breeze sipping Coronas. Boss dog, I give it to her right, and she like it. She on the hip like a sidekick. Is he one of the coolest, a fool on the flow? I whispered in her ear, come here, you ready to go? I rolled up a winner and put it up in the air. Got that little dress on, you coming up out of there, yeah. She like that. You like that? You say you bite? Well, I bite back, and I'm all go. We can do it till tomorrow. I beat it up like Harpo. Snoop it, I go hard, baby, yes. Kissing on your then I'm digging out your stress. I won't stop till you finish, but you ain't felt love till a gangster get up in it. Drink.
Every time I come around, shawty love me down. Run up on me like click clap, sound like take that. Make it do what it do when we doing what we doing in the back of the lag. I'm like, I'm a ball for that. And every night her body gets wicked.
Hear the drummer get wicked. Hear the drummer get wicked. Wicked, 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 wicked. Hear the drummer get wicked. Hear the drummer get wicked. Wicked, 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 wicked.
Bobby go spin, and Jets keep it over to the bin. And Stetson as the Bobby go spin, and Jets keep it over to the bin. And Stetson as the Bobby go spin, and Jets keep it over to the bin.
And we're back. Welcome to the Sisterhood, everybody. It is LaRock Lewis right here with my DJ Powerhouse. What's up, DJ?
What's up?
So, let me tell you something. How are we eating, ladies? Now, I know we always talk about a healthy lifestyle, eating properly, and so on, but I had a very interesting conversation with some former coworkers. Shout out to my Patterson crew. And we're talking about vitamin D deficiency. So, if you are an African American woman on the East Coast living in Jersey or living in New York, when you go to the doctor, what does the doctor always say? The doctor is always saying you are deficient in vitamin D. And I kind of ignored it after a long time, because how can we help that? We live in the Northeast where we don't get that much sun. We don't live in sunshiny, the state of Florida. So we don't get, sun exposure like we should. And so, but I looked up and I researched 8 signs and symptoms of vitamin D deficiency. And listen to this, and listen to see if some of these symptoms actually, apply to your life. And I think all these things kind of do. Number 1 is getting sick or infected often. Now, I don't know about that. So if you eat properly with all your veggies and stuff, you shouldn't be getting sick often. But that's one of the symptoms right there. Oh my. We have a call. Make sure we get this call. But then I'll come back to some other deficiencies of vitamin D. Hey, what's up? It's Sisterhood. This is LaRock Lewis. What's up?
Hey, LaRock. This is Lady Bex. How are you?
Lady Bex. The mic sounds nice. Check 1. The
Check
mic
1.
sounds nice. Check 2. It's Lady Bex.
Check.
What's up, Lady Bex?
Are you ready? What's up? So I am
I'm
out
good.
and
What's
about.
up? Everything all good?
Sad I can't chime in person today. But
Okay.
I wish to, I'm chiming in the conversation. I'll make sure that I'm looking on my cell phone while in the clinic.
Okay.
as well as any questions that I might have. I might chime in again later on.
Awesome.
In the hour.
That is
Look
great.
Look forward to listening to the wonderful person
that's coming in that we're going to introduce a little later. Me too. I'm excited.
Excited.
I'm pretty excited.
Sorry I can't be there in person.
Well, we definitely miss you, and you'll be back, and everything is going to be all good. Staying prayed up. And
yes.
We're definitely going to have you back on our next show on March 8th, and we'll talk about that soon in a minute. Right now, we're on our Health is Wealth segment. We're talking about vitamin D deficiency, and I was just going over all the symptoms and signs of vitamin D deficiency, which we're all have that,
Exactly.
We all have that. But
we all need to go to the sun.
Exactly. But let me tell you these symptoms, though. One, if you get sick often, that's one thing. Number two, fatigue and tiredness. How many times we're always complaining how tired we are? I know I'm tired now. Give me a pillow right here, I go to sleep. Like, I'm always tired.
Exactly.
And then bone and back pain. How many of us always say our back hurts? You get out of bed, you're like, oh, especially if you hit 40.
I have that. I'm on an airplane and I get out, my knees hurt, my back
Oh my gosh,
hurt.
your knees and your feet. That's terrible. We just sound old. Oh my gosh. Also,
I know.
One thing that really shocked me was depression. Did you know that? A sign of vitamin D deficiency is depression. Who knew? Then there is impaired wound healing, like your wounds are not healing like as fast. Bone loss and hair loss. All these things are signs of vitamin D deficiency. And I know I'm talking about this because when we go to the doctor, they always want to give you these vitamin D pills, right? And some of us kind of like ignore it. I know, I'm like, I'm not taking these big old whopper things. I'm just going to eat more fruits and vegetables that are high in vitamin D. Did she hang up? She hung up? Oh, my bad. Lady Bex, call back if you want. But I'm going to start taking these pills. You don't know if you ever get them from the doctor, but they're huge. These vitamin D pills are huge that we take. I don't know if men have, similar issues of the lack of vitamin D you guys do. Do they give you these big jumbo pills to take as well? Yeah. Okay, are we taking them? They're small? Yeah. Mine are humongous, but guess what? Guess who started taking these things right now? Because I did not know that these things were like, this is horrible, So, ladies, listen. I'm saying all this because all of us who lives on this side of the country are vitamin D deficient. So let's take care of ourselves. You guys know that I don't eat meat and all that stuff. So let's double our vegetable intake. It's very important for us. And I know all of us at a certain age, we got to say, we got to start eating properly. We got to, lower our sodium intake, not eat so many carbs. And I know Al's probably laughing inside because I just told him I wanted some French fries. Everybody has their low points, okay? But I definitely love French fries. But I have making a point like years ago, maybe like 4 years ago, to start exercising regularly and also eating properly. And what did it for me was when my father he suffered from a stroke, and that kind of woke everybody up, And unfortunately, those things wake us up, So let's make sure that we wake up and we eat properly and take our vitamin D pills. We'll be back soon enough, and give us like 2 more minutes. We have back with us very special guest that I'm so happy to introduce. This is the Sistahood Radio on iAccess Radio, the future of radio on the Sistahood. We'll be back.
Dog. Yeah. One shot, big dog. This is the one shot, big dog. This is the one shot, big dog. I like this is the remix. Talk to remix. When I come through the door, I'm on the floor. You wanna see my shake? Yeah. Remix. And when I move it around, you in the corner like that. How she do that deal? Remix. It's the beat in the meantime. See, I'm a crime. I keep the crowd jumping. Remix. It's the haters that hate the game and talking loud, they ain't saying nothing. Remix. Mr. Chief, Big Dog, my boys, they put it heavy on the trizat. Remix. High hats, bass line, but boom, 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 rap, rap, bit that. Remix. It's Suckers and busters being fly too cute. You better get up.
Turn it around, let me see you something. Go with me, the gorilla's gonna be something. Yeah. I'm talking lights, camera, action. And we singing out inside of Miss Jackson. Turn it around, let me see you something. Go with me, the gorilla's gonna be something. Man, I'm talking lights, camera, action. And we singing out inside. It's time for some action. Cameras flashing everywhere.
Hey, it's the Sistahood with LaRock.
Huh?
Hello.
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 How you doing? I'm new to the line. I was just on Facebook and I see that you girls represent the Sisterhood Tower. So I was just calling in just to, I saw the number, so I just called in. I just want to say hello.
Hello. Hello. And what's your name?
Oh, my name is Bex, Lady Bex.
What?
Yeah, my name is Bex.
Your name is Bex.
And I got my mom. Yeah, I got my mom on the phone. Her name is LaRock. Say hello, Mom.
Okay. You have a nice day.
Mom. Mom.
You should be all right.
Start spreading the news. What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Warbucks. We in the building.
Warbucks, what's wrong with you?
What's going on? We just shouting out my sister and my cousin. You feel me? Because they the hottest thing smoking. My mom want to say so. Say what up, Mom.
What's
Mom.
up? Hello? You're live on
Mother.
air.
Your mother's on. She's kind of shy, Lady Bex.
Oh, well, Lady Bex is not actually here, Warbucks. She's not actually here right now. No, she's not.
Okay, well.
But she is listening.
I'm shouting out my cousin LaRock then. What's up, LaRock?
What's up,
How you
Warbucks?
doing? How's everything, though?
We are doing really well. We have a great guest coming in, and I'm about to introduce her.
Okay.
After listening to some great music. So tune in. I want you to call in later, okay?
Okay, yeah, no doubt. I'm just on break. I just wanted to give my cousin a holler. Holler! And I'm out of here.
Thank
Make
you,
sure y'all
Warbucks.
go to my YouTube page, Cool Cooking Twins. You know what I mean, on
Yes.
YouTube.
Oh,
So
we
check that
love
out,
the
everybody.
twins.
And God bless everybody. I love you, cuz.
Oh, love you too.
All right, one.
All right, bye-bye. Peace.
This is the remix. Hey, yo, E! Shake that ring on, get yourself a whistle. 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 Shake that ring on. Hey, yo, E, we finna do it like this, baby. Ring on, get yourself a whistle. Shake that ring on, get yourself a whistle. Shake that ring on, get yourself a whistle. I'ma shake my tambourine. We jumping like a trampoline. See the cootie cat, it look pretty fat. Tell the boys go close, watch me push it back. Us girls looking cute, shaking our stuff. No boys standing back looking at us. Shaking that. Let me break it down. The minute Eve coming through, you better watch out. Shake a tambourine, go get yourself a whistle. 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 Like this, like easy, baby, I see ya. It's slow soul by the way. Street fam.
Shingling, baby.
Go ahead, baby. I flash green till they say go ahead, baby. Yeah, take it there, you better go ahead, baby. You could be the next Jennifer Lopez, maybe. And we could be cleaner than the post-dress, baby. Lean on these like a dope head, baby. Them low carb niggas get no bread, baby. Do it say stupid on your forehead, baby? Since I got with LA, I ain't gotta check them bills. Damn, this is how Beckham feels. By the way, I be Lamborghini and have chicks shaking like they tambourine. Come on.
Hey everybody, we are back. This is the Sistahood Radio live from iAccess Radio. My name is LaRock Lewis, and I'm about to introduce a wonderful guest. Our guest coming today is a beautiful woman, grew up in Teaneck, shout out to Jersey, shout out to Teaneck, graduated from Teaneck High School in 1998. She attended Harvard College where she majored in sociology and graduated magna cum laude in 2002. She later went to Harvard Law School and graduated in 2007. She has been practicing law for over a decade. She has been an attorney practicing in real estate law, and then she was a public defender for 5 years. Ow, go ahead, girl. And then October 2014, she opened her own law firm. In 2018, this is very important, she was appointed to be the municipal court judge in Teaneck, New Jersey. This is a part-time judgeship. She continues to operate her own law firm where she primarily focuses in family law. We are welcoming right now the Honorable Erica Youngblood. I am so happy you're here. How do you feel?
I feel good.
Great, that's good. I hope you're feeling comfortable.
I am. I'm a little nervous, but I'll loosen
Don't
up.
be nervous. Loosen up. Our DJ plays live music. You want some water? Let me know. I will make sure that you have water, that you're not parched.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome to the Sistahood, and I'm glad you are joining in the conversation, and you're coming in and going to just be wonderful to our audience, who is primarily Black women, but we welcome everybody. We know we do, but our focus is on being inspiring, empowering, and uplifting Black women and culture. So welcome to the Sistahood.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. So when we get started, why law? What inspired you to become a lawyer? Let's start with that.
So that's an interesting question. The answer is maybe not as exciting as people would hope.
Okay, well that's fine.
But after college, I didn't exactly have a plan. I actually worked at Teen People magazine for a year.
Oh, that's dope.
And then I worked as an attorney assistant at the public defender's office.
Okay.
But I didn't feel like I was being challenged enough. I felt like I needed to make more money. I wanted to have, room where I could grow.
Right.
And so everyone has always said that, you love to talk, you love to debate, you're so analytical. So I guess based on what people were saying, I started considering law school as a next step.
So would you suggest that for teenagers or whatever, like students who are in debate club or whatever, maybe they should be a lawyer, inspired to be that? Would you suggest that?
Definitely. I mean, you have to know what's involved in what you're going to go into. So being a lawyer is very expansive. There's so many different types of lawyers and so many different types of law. So what we do can be extremely different. Some people sit at a desk all day drafting contracts and negotiating contracts. Some people are in court on their feet most of the time.
All day,
arguing or presenting to juries.
How hard is it? How difficult is it? Is it when I say this, is this like a passion? Because I often look at different fields, and because I'm in education, so people always say, "Oh, that must have been your passion."
Right.
Is this your passion? Is this in the same category of things to be passionate about?
I think it has over time become a passion.
Okay.
Me. And I felt extremely passionate when I was working as a public defender in Union County. It was hard to see the things that I saw. I represented a lot of people that were incarcerated.
That must be difficult.
It was really hard.
Yeah.
And I'm an extremely empathetic person.
Right.
So
another characteristic that you may need to have in practicing law, especially as a public defender.
That you absolutely should.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So when I meant as passion, and you kind of described it, you kind of grew into being passionate about it. Because like I said, I'm in education, but I know that people who are, in the fields of labor, are they passionate about that? And I was just joking around with my mother the other day saying, Ma, I should really went to school and be an electrician. Because I feel like they get the job done, you make enough money, and they, but can we be passionate about that? And I know that some people who are in law are not passionate about law.
Right.
Like some lawyers that I've spoken to, and they're like, it's a job. I'm like, what?
There's aspects of it that I'm passionate about.
Okay.
I mean, I definitely like to help people. and I like to help them through their problems. So with criminal law, I
Right.
mean, that's like the difficult time in people's life, the most difficult time. You're facing incarceration, losing your freedom,
Right.
being away from your family,
Right.
sometimes for the rest of your life.
Oh my God.
And a lot of times, even though it's innocent until proven guilty, and you're supposed to be presumed innocent,
Right.
a lot of times everybody believes that you're guilty.
Right.
And so there were a lot of times where I felt like I was the only person that really believed in my client.
Wow.
And my client's innocence. And I'll just say, I was thinking on the way here, I had multiple clients, but I can think of 3 in particular.
Mhm.
One was facing over 40 years in prison. The other was facing a life sentence. And the other was facing 30 years. And I believed
The pressure you must have.
Oh, so much
Oh my
pressure.
God, thinking about that, like
So much
I would.
pressure.
How would you be able to sleep
So
thinking about that?
You don't sleep when you're on trial because you're always thinking about like different things. And did I think of this? And
Right.
what should I ask? This witness. But I would like to say that
Mhm.
those 3 people are now free.
Yay!
And
Clap hands for that. Oh
Yes.
my God. Okay.
Not
That-
only are
I'm very thank God for that. Like hoping not like listening right now in the jail cell. Like man, she didn't get me out. Like I'm so glad that's not the case. But go ahead. But
Not
they're free.
only are they free,
Yes.
they're doing well.
Yes.
They've managed to find different types of jobs. It's not easy after you've had charges.
Right.
And whether you've been convicted
Yes.
or not, but certainly more difficult when you've been convicted. And I've stayed in touch with them.
That is
Yeah,
amazing.
I've stayed in touch with all of them.
So this has to be turn into a passion for you because it takes a lot of your soul. So the similarities between education, teaching, and being in law like this are the same. My kids, we don't want them to follow that school to jail pipeline that they always say, the prison pipeline.
Right.
So it's like I work in an urban district that is the case sometimes. So I'm just as passionate about not sleeping at night, like, oh my God, I hope this boy acts right. I hope he got in trouble the other day. It's similar, the same thing, but 30 to life, was it? 30 to life?
Yeah.
Oh
and
my
it's,
God.
Difficult situations. Like the one person of those 3, had a child on the way.
Oh my
so
God.
I'm like, if I
I
don't
know.
do a good job,
But
then that person's not gonna have their father.
I mean, I feel like, you need a distressor when you're on that. So is it like a big relief? I mean, this is like, of course it's a big relief to when after the trial is over that you're like, it's a relief for you.
It's definitely a big relief when the trial is done.
Right.
And, hopefully it went the way,
I was supposed
you
to
wanted
be.
it to go, and
Right.
the way it was supposed to go. But
Right.
it is a big relief.
So would you say, when reading your bio, when being a public defender, what would you feel that would have been the best practice, law practice that, or law, I don't know what you call it, like field, or like it's like real estate, there's criminal,
I mean,
tax attorney, like what is like the best?
What do you mean by what would
Like which
the
one would
best,
like,
or what would I want
yes,
to do?
like what would you think that to stay in for the rest of your life, you will want to practice this?
Well, at the time, all I knew was real estate and
Yeah.
criminal defense. 2 very different things.
Right.
I'm sort of a nerd sometimes, and I really did enjoy contracts and
Right.
drafting and
Right.
reviewing contracts because that was sort of like a puzzle. to
Right,
me.
right.
But I would say I was definitely more passionate about criminal defense.
Of
but I
course.
wouldn't necessarily say it was something that I would want to do for my entire life. It's hard going in and out of the jail. And ironically enough, like when I was pregnant with my son, I was working in the juvenile section
Oh my
of the
goodness.
public defender's
Oh
office.
my gosh.
So you can only imagine what that was like. And I
Right.
was trying to make sure I stayed positive as much as I could.
Right.
But the stories and the things that I had to see,
Right.
it took a lot out of me. So I say all that to say that it's not something that I thought I would be able to just do forever, because
Right.
it was emotionally draining. I put a lot of pressure on myself, and I also had to see a lot of things in a system that was, somewhat broken.
Right. And you definitely get to see that face like up front.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about the I don't want to use this when you say they're not criminals. your clients.
Mm-hmm.
The clients. Let's talk about how many. Do you have any female clients? Did you have any?
I had female clients.
Female clients.
Yeah, not as many.
Right.
There's more males, but I had female
Right.
clients
Have female
as well.
clients. So if there was something to pop off, right? And I get in trouble. What's the first thing I should do, as far as a black woman who has been accused of something, has become arrested? What should I
mean, you definitely, what any criminal defense attorney would tell you is you want to know and be aware of the fact that you have a right to remain silent.
Right.
It's a constitutional right.
Right.
It's an important right.
And more of us should know that. And I think now, we should know our constitutional right.
Right.
I don't think we all know that. I think a lot of us watch Law and Order.
Right.
And we kind of focus on that.
Right.
But we don't really know. So let's talk about that. Our next steps, or a lot of us who are getting into, or I'm not saying me, but getting into physical fights, and you see all these crazy fights on TV and stuff like that, and now we need a lawyer to represent us because both of us has been arrested.
Right.
Okay.
And a lot of, just on that point,
Right.
a lot of the younger generation, they're posting everything.
Right.
On social media.
Right.
And even though sometimes you can take stuff down off of social media,
but once it's
there's
there,
still a record of
right.
it. So people want to be mindful of that, because not only can you be caught committing the offense that was in the video,
right.
but sometimes actually videoing or posting.
Do you hear that, young people
is an
out there?
offense itself.
Right.
So in addition to remembering the right to remain silent, definitely to get an attorney.
Right.
And, whether it's a private attorney or whether it's a public defender, to get an attorney, and hopefully an attorney that you're comfortable with and that you trust. And then to listen to that attorney's advice about your right to remain silent. Because I can't tell you how many times I've had a client and I reviewed and reiterated remaining silent, and something happened. They decided to say something.
Oh my goodness!
And things can get misconstrued.
Right.
But it's not always black and white.
Right,
a matter
right.
of guilt or innocence.
Right.
There's a reason why people are advised to remain silent, because we as attorneys want to make sure we're there if and when our clients are providing any information.
So how does this go? Because a lot of people cannot afford an attorney, so we get the public defender. But what should be our route? What should we do if we want to get an attorney like you to defend us for, I don't know, let's say an assault. We were accused of assault and we were arrested on that.
Right.
So what our next step will we go to you and then we listen to you apparently. Anything else that we should do? Like literally, what should we do next? Because we've gone through this process. We got a lawyer, and now what? I'm a mother. I have children.
I mean, so you're saying you're a mother, you've gotten an attorney,
yes.
and you still have the criminal charges.
I still got the criminal
pending.
charges, right?
I mean,
this is all false, by the way. So, just want to say, hypothetically speaking. So let's all make sure we're saying that when I say me.
I mean, that's a tough question to say exactly what to do. I mean, you want to make sure that you have provisions in place for your child and children in the
single
event
mom
that something is
paycheck to paycheck,
happen. Exactly,
paycheck to paycheck. Like that. Like what should we? Because a lot of us are like that.
Right.
We don't have let me get this couple of G's out the bank to pay for this. Or let me ask my mother for a couple of G's. Sometimes it's just us.
Right.
And sometimes things happen.
Right.
And we get in trouble.
Right.
And so, we want, and then, you know what, once you get in trouble, like you get a speeding ticket, you get all these things from attorneys in the mail.
Right.
Things that just start coming to you, right?
Right.
So it's like,
but for criminal offenses, just so you know, criminal charges, you do have a constitutional right to an attorney. So if somebody can't afford a private attorney, then they'll be appointed a public defender. So as long as they qualify financially.
Do you think not talking about you because I know you're passionate about it, but do you think public defenders are passionate about their clients as you? Or do you think that...
I can speak to the public defenders that I worked with, and we were all extremely passionate. But it's just like any profession or field.
Yeah.
Like there's gonna be public defenders
Yeah.
that are great and passionate.
Yeah.
And there's probably gonna be a few that
Yeah.
aren't. The same thing with private attorneys. There's a lot of private attorneys.
Wow.
But a lot
Yeah.
of them, not all of them practice criminal defense
Right.
solely. They do a lot of different things, and not all of the private attorneys
Right.
are
Right.
great at what they're doing. And some of them are more concerned with money than
Right.
So I mean, I find that by and large, public defenders do get a very bad rap because of the volume of cases that we have to handle.
Right.
Sometimes it's difficult to give that customer
Yeah.
care that you could if you're a private attorney.
Yeah.
But we have so much experience
Right.
as public defenders,
Right.
right? Because of the volume, because of how many cases we see. So in 5 years of being a public defender, I probably saw the number of cases I would see in like 25 years or
Right.
more as a private attorney.
Right.
So, and you can always say, well, you know what, I can't afford a private attorney now, so I'm going to apply for the public defender, so I have an attorney.
Oh, you can do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then at a later point, if you decide that's not working out, then you
Right.
can see if you're able, with the help of family or friends, to hire a private attorney.
Right.
And what I always say is, if you're going to go ahead and, hire a private attorney, make sure you hire somebody that really knows what they're doing. Don't just
Right.
assume that, well, because they're a private attorney, like they must be great and they must be
And
better
that-
than the public defender, because
and
that's
that-
not the case.
That goes right into my next question, because how do we research this now? We've gotten in trouble. We know we need to hire someone. We want to hire a private attorney. So what should we be researching to get this person? Instead of just, because right now, like what you just said, a private attorney, oh, he must be good, or she must be good, she must be great, so we just hire her. Oh, she has all these great,
Right.
But how are we really researching to get this attorney to represent basically our life, so we won't get 30 to life?
Yeah, so you got to research in a lot of different ways. The internet is great. You can look on the internet. You can look on all the different websites. I think like there's avvo.com.
Right.
I think there's lawyers.com. There's
Right.
tons of sites. You can also research if the attorneys have had any ethics complaints against them.
Right.
You can talk to, if you do happen to know an attorney or have an attorney in the family,
Yes.
or someone who knows an attorney, you can ask that person, get a recommendation from that person. And you can also ask, they have services where you can call in to like the local,
Right.
You know
You're
what I
right.
mean, like government,
Right.
or and get
You know what?
suggestions. But you have to research, and you can go off of the feeling that you have when you sit down and meet with the person. Just
Yeah.
because you go in to hire somebody, when you go and sit down and meet with them,
Yes.
you may not.
I like bedside manner.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I like the bedside manner with anything, from my doctor, from my, the eye doctor. I like
Right.
all that. Like I
Right.
need somebody to hold my hand
Right.
if something is about to go
Right.
down.
Right.
So I think first thing I think of, how is the person talking to me? Do I feel, like you said, the instinct that you feel the passion in someone? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because you don't want to lay out all your business to someone who's like, okay, we'll take care of this. You got the money? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want that.
Right.
And speaking of the almighty dollar, how much should we have for just in case? Like, how much should we have for just in case something goes down?
Attorney's fees are expensive.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
And then the tricky part is sometimes you're trying to save on money in attorney's fees,
Yes.
but then sometimes you sacrifice a certain amount of quality of service. So, I
Right.
mean, I don't know. It depends. You'd have to tell me what kind of situation you mean, like, because there's so many different types of law.
Right.
There's criminal defense. There's family law with custody battles,
Family
divorce,
law.
child.
And on that note, we're going to take a quick break right here, because hold that thought.
Okay.
Because my question is on family law. This is iAccess Radio. We have the Honorable, I'm going to keep on calling you that, Honorable Erica Youngblood right here, straight out of Teaneck, y'all. Please call in. The number to call in, oh my God, 347-708-0216. Guys, I don't know why I can't get that number. It's the Sistahood Radio, y'all. I can't understand. How you feel? Good, right? Hi, this is LaRock on the radio. What's up? It's the Sistahood.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hi. Can you hear me? Hi.
Hi, how are you? What's up? It's LaRock. What's your name?
My name is Kwase Beasley.
I can't hear. Your name, say it again?
Kwase Beasley.
Kwashe?
And yes.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, great. Well, how you doing? What's up? Welcome to the Sisterhood. Join our conversation.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Join our conversation.
Yes, it's a wonderful conversation. I've been tuned in. I am very happy to see the Honorable Erica Youngblood up there.
Great.
I am hanging off of every word and extremely proud of her. I think that Teaneck is a very lucky town to have her.
Teaneck is. Can I have some hand claps for that, please? We definitely need that. Straight up. I'm always gonna big up and bring people in from my hometown, and she definitely is one of Teaneck's finest.
Oh yeah, no, it's beautiful. I'm also a fellow highwayman, whatever you want to call it. I graduated from Teaneck High School. I actually graduated with Erica.
98.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I've seen it develop from the beginning. She's amazing and she's passionate and she gives 100% to everything that she touches.
That's
I'm
amazing.
just so proud of her.
And it's good that we have support for her. Because, we have support from everywhere. I'll let you know that, from me knowing you.
Yes.
That you do have the support, and we're definitely proud of her. Thank you so much. You have any other questions or comments you want to say to us?
No, I love this show. Good job. I love it. Black girl magic all over the place. I love it.
All the way. Girl, this is the Sisterhood. We are unbossed and unbothered. Empire. Oh my God, we talk about that. Inspire, uplift, and empower, again, Black women in culture. Thank you so much, representing Teaneck. Of course, I'm class of 96, so I know. Thank you so much for calling, honey.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
We are here to empower and inspire. We are Black women. This is our culture.
I never thought that I would find all that I need in life. All I want, all I need. Now I know I found it in you. I found it in you. 'Cause of you, my love. Do you ever dream? Don't you ever dream? Me cold in a rain.
And we are back. This is the Sisterhood Radio with LaRock. What's up? Shout out to Lady Bex out there staying prayed up. And also we have the Honorable, of course, Erica Youngblood. Welcome her back again, please, to the Sisterhood, joining the conversation.
Thank you.
Very good. Here we go. Get our hand claps going. So, I was just about to look up the rate for Black women in divorce. it's funny because when I was younger, you know, my parents have been together for damn, I like that beat. Sorry. My parents were together for I think since I think they're 50 years now, right? So divorce was never like a thing. I feel like in the age group that we are in right now, there's a very high rate of divorce, right? Myself included. And, you know, some of us will seek out to get an attorney for a divorce. Some of us are like, oh, I'm going to do this myself. You know what I'm saying? We'll sign the papers. It's not that easy. Nope. It's not that easy. And I thought it actually was going to be. But it's not that easy. What are some steps if, you know, not to promote divorce, you know, we don't want to do that. But we do want to know what to do when you need to hire an attorney for divorce.
Right.
Going back on our family law conversation, if you're just tuning in, I'm sorry. We do have the Honorable Erica Youngblood right here, giving us some great advisement.
I mean, what I would say is, you definitely want to be aware of what your rights are, and you want to be aware of what the law is, because a divorce can be or is sometimes the major, huge event in people's lives, and depending on their circumstances, there can be a lot of things at stake financially. So you definitely want to, I would say you definitely at a minimum want to consult with an attorney.
Right.
Because not everybody will necessarily be able to hire an attorney.
Right, right.
It can cost, you know, it depends. It can initially cost $2,500, $5,000, $10,000. It depends on, you know, the attorney and the firm. But I think people should definitely at least consult with an attorney. But even before that, I mean, you know, and this is not my field, it's my parents' field.
Oh, okay.
But, you know, see if it's possible to save the marriage. You know, consider counseling and consider therapy. I've had people come to me and say, well, I'm not really sure if this is going to happen, but I just want to kind of get some information. And so we'll do a consultation. And then my hope is that, you know, they don't come back and that their marriage works out. But that doesn't always happen. So.
It does not. And you know what's so funny? Do you know that there are people who have been separated for years and have not divorced at all in like years? Been married, booed up with somebody else and everything, had babies here, there, and everywhere, and still legally married. I wonder why do you think that happens?
I think some of it could be just indecisiveness could be one of the things. It could be money issue. It could be a lack of knowledge issue, not knowing how to get it done. It could, you know, be ambivalence. It could be a number or it could be that it's not going to make sense for them financially or otherwise. Or they're trying to stay together for the kids. I mean, there's so many different possibilities.
I think it's the financial part.
It's a big part of it.
I think it's a big part of it that people like, you know what? They don't want to spend the money or don't even have the money. But they were just saying, we'll just separate, but legally. And that's not good to do. It's not good to do because if something happens to that person, are you like legally liable for that person? Or how does that go?
So there are legal and financial implications when you are married. So, for example, like if somebody doesn't have a will, you know, and then they pass away, right? And they're still married to that person, then the default law might be, because every state is different, but it might be that their estate is passed on to the spouse.
Oh my God, let me help and take care of this.
So, but also like the other thing that I would say is if people ultimately, this is important to me and I've seen this, if people ultimately do want to get a divorce, then what I would like to see more of, and it's hard because it's such an emotional time for people, I would like to see people try to, if possible, work together, especially if they have kids, right? Because you're going to continue to be a family regardless of whether you're divorced or not if you have kids together. So thinking about that, it's not all about the dollar and how much money you can get. There should be a greater weight placed on preserving the family, preserving the relationship.
But these things could be so brutal.
They can.
That's
why people should often also be thinking about doing some type of counseling and therapy, talking to a professional when you're going through the most difficult time in your life.
Through the divorce, right? And I don't think anyone really thinks about that when you're going through that.
That's extremely important.
It is extremely important.
And there's not only just to educate people who maybe are dealing with this,
right?
There's not only like the traditional adversarial process where one side has to get an attorney, the other side has to get an attorney, they have to pay those people as much money as they can, and they're battling it out because sometimes the incentives even for the attorneys are not good. So there's mediation. People can go to a mediator to help them figure out what they should do, and maybe they're going to go exactly by the law, or maybe they're not. Maybe they're going to figure out what works for them.
So the mediator is from who? The
mediator
court?
Can
the
be,
court
assigned from the court.
Okay.
It can be a court assigned mediator, or people can decide from the beginning before they even file for the divorce. Look, we don't want to spend tens and thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars doing this. We want to see what we can work out together. There's also something in New Jersey called collaborative divorce.
Write this down.
Collaborative divorce is where each side has their own attorney, but they will sort of share like joint experts. So there may be like a joint family therapist, there may be a joint forensic accountant, a joint appraiser, and so and it is called collaborative divorce because the idea is that it is more collaborative, working together. And there's benefits and disadvantages to all of these, but I hope that people just know that they're out there.
Right.
See, and we call them alternative dispute resolution. Like that's what we call mediation and collaborative divorce.
Right. I see your passion in this. What are you more passionate in? And we're just talking about being a public offender and stuff, but I see how you are with the family law. What more pulls on to the heartstrings?
These are two of the toughest areas of the law. Of course, I would pick them, knowing how empathetic and emotional I am. I feel everyone's pain. I don't know how this happened, but I mean, no, there's aspects I like about both of them. In family law, it is upsetting sometimes because I hate to see the irrationality taking over, and I hate to see when there's those attorneys who they don't seem to me to be as interested in the client as I feel like they, should be. Right? Because it's like the incentive is if I fuel the fire, then that's more money for me. I mean, I've always liked to see people,
and I definitely seen that.
I've
seen that in other attorneys conflict. That exactly what you mean by that. Like they'll fuel the fire. Like yes, you should be getting this. You should be getting this. And you're like, oh, okay.
And I'll tell people, do you want to pay me or do you want to save this money for your kids? So what I've been doing recently is trying to do more mediation, so that I can help people to kind of come to an agreement and understanding. Because when you do it that way, if that is possible, then you can usually move forward in a more positive direction. You have a chance to repair and preserve the relationship.
Right. Well, that's definitely one of a kind because I don't think that a lot of attorneys will actually do that. I think that more the ones that I'm familiar with or whatever, or my friends, the ones are like, so you should be getting this, or you should be doing this. Yeah, this is yours.
Well, that's the other thing. Listen, the judge who preceded me in TNEC.
Yeah.
And I'm not the only judge in TNEC. Right now it's myself and Judge Randazzo. But before us was Judge Young, who everyone from TNEC knows and loves. And one of the things he would say, adores.
Yes, adores him.
Can't say enough good things about.
You're absolutely right.
But when they were interviewing me and for the position, it was like, you have some very big shoes to fill. That's what everybody would say. And I'm like, I know. I'm aware. And I'm going to handle this challenge, the best way that I can. But what he used to say to people was, be very careful about listening to your friends. Because if they're not lawyers, they watch TV, they try to give legal advice, and they're not lawyers, so they may or may not know. They can speak to personal experiences and what they go through, but you want to be very careful, because I've had situations where it seems like we're getting somewhere and the other attorney and I, we're helping our clients figure something out, and then something goes off.
Right.
And then we find out it's because somebody that person knows told them something.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like,
and that does happen a lot.
Where that happens a lot.
That does happen a lot.
It can cost thousands and thousands of dollars.
I know, that does happen a lot. And other people who think they know the law, I'm like, girl, you should do this because I did it this way and all that stuff.
And
we do hear that.
Every case is different.
Right.
So, like, every case is fact specific. There's no two situations that are exactly alike.
Should every woman have a lawyer, like have one, like in the back pocket? Like, this is my attorney, this is my go-to person.
Oh, that's a good question.
Should everyone have that? Should everyone have that? I'm about to put you in my back pocket right now.
Yes, I will happily be in your back pocket. And anyone else who's listening.
Like, what? I need a lawyer. I got one right here.
Well,
Go,
I think
boom.
it's good to know a lawyer. Doesn't necessarily mean that person will be able to handle every single thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think it's absolutely helpful to know somebody who's familiar with the law and how the legal system works.
You know where I got that from?
Where's that?
TV. Because when you on these dramas, you hear, I'm going to contact my lawyer. I'm thinking, like, can I say that? Do I have someone to contact to say that? I don't have anyone to say that.
That's a really interesting
and
thought,
so
but
it's
I know
like
people that have that. I
okay.
know, I spoke to somebody the other day that, needed advice on something.
Right.
And he was basically like, I spoke to my lawyer about it.
Right.
But his lawyer wasn't practicing in that particular field.
Yes, and
so
that's my
next. I do
next.
think
Yes.
it's comforting for people to be able to have somebody that does know something about how the system works.
Yeah.
That can sort of advise you or point you in the right direction.
But I think that and I'm always going to gear towards black women. I believe definitely that we need that. I think everyone, especially at a certain age, we do need an attorney and someone who's like, this is our attorney to go to, someone that we're confident with, someone that we have researched, and they what she was saying here to our audience, we need to research the people. We need to see what characteristics that we want in these attorneys. Like me, I need someone with a bedside manner, just like my doctor. You know what I'm saying?
And
it's
not
just
everybody needs that.
Exactly, everybody needs that. Somebody needs like a straight shooter, direct.
Some people are like, oh, I want a shark. And
right.
Maybe there's a time and place for when you want an attorney that's like a shark.
Exactly.
Maybe there's not.
Exactly. So I think we all should be writing some of these down. That I'm like thinking as you're talking, like, man, I believe that everyone needs to say, I have a lawyer for this.
No, you're absolutely.
That's very important,
I never really thought about that, especially for our, community and the audience that you have on the show. Like, that's extremely important.
It's extremely important for everything. We just finished talking about divorce and going into child support, where I'm going to ask right now, women seeking child support. And I know this is not this issue of child support, between men and women, especially between black men and black women, it seems to be always an issue on child support, and how one party is more angry, or is an angry party, another one is not. You know what I'm saying? I find that men get very angry if they get put on child support. I don't know why. Maybe if you guys want to call in and chime in, you feel free to. But
I mean, I can probably speak to that a little bit, but
right. But I feel like they are upset, like you just stole their their rims.
Look, I think that the part of the issue is that these matters are emotionally charged. Right. So people may be upset
on both ends. I understand that.
For the reason that we think.
Right.
I mean, the thing is that there are benefits to how the child support works. I mean, I'm more familiar with New Jersey, but one of the reasons people get upset is because when it's collected through probation, you then have a case with the probation department for child support. Some people don't like the connotation of that.
Right.
There's wage execution, so then you feel like there's a loss of control over your money, and sometimes you think the amount that is awarded is unfair.
Right.
And And maybe sometimes it is, because in New Jersey there's like a calculation that's done. They base it on different things. You plug numbers into an equation.
Yeah.
Out comes the child support number.
Right.
Is that necessarily the right thing in every given situation? Absolutely not. But they need a system, right? Like a general system
Right.
that they can follow.
Right.
So, but that's why it's important for parties to see. I'm a strong believer in first trying to see, can you work something out with the other person that works for both of you and that works for the kids? And are you dealing in emotion? Are you making decisions out of anger? Because that's oftentimes what's behind it all.
Right.
People are running in and out of court
Right.
because they're angry at the other person
Right.
for something and they can't let go.
I believe that in another situation also, I believe that sometimes the court is the best way to figure it out. And I know that for some reason though, when black men are hit with the child support, it's like you have cut them somewhere and they hate it. And I follow the different memes out there talking about child support and how women are doing this, women doing that. But it does go, and how it doesn't go to the children, and you buying bags and stuff with that.
You know what?
Like, I can't stand that.
It is frustrating because as the parent, you don't understand, and in your mind as the parent, and I've dealt with these issues both professionally, and I've gone through things personally, and I've had to also take a look at myself and exercise empathy to better understand things and understand both sides. But part of the issue is that when you have a separated family that's not intact, right? Let's say you were still with your partner and you guys are living together with your kids.
Right.
You have two incomes in one household.
Right.
And then when you separate or you're not together anymore, you have two incomes, two different households. So generally speaking, it is very difficult for both of the parties involved. That's part of what the issue is. But will people get mad, and is that irrational and unfair? Yes. You have to do what you have to do as a mother or a father to make sure that your kids have the support.
It's brutal though. It could be extremely brutal.
It can be.
For no reason. And I know that in particular men have a different opinion about it. And when I go on Facebook and talk about it, they will always say like, women are money hungry and all that stuff, and that's not it. We take care of our children 98% of the time, straight up.
I mean, it's like I said before, it's with anything else. You have the majority of mothers out there that are trying to do for their kids and take care of their kids. There's always going to be some people that are not necessarily
but there's some women,
doing that, but that's the exception.
But there's some women who are too afraid to go and get child support. They're afraid to go to the courthouse to seek child support. Afraid.
And they really, really shouldn't be. They really shouldn't be. You always should be guided by what's the right thing to do. And are you putting the child first?
Right.
And if you can always be guided by that, then that means that you may sometimes have to make difficult decisions.
Right.
So is the male or the man going to be upset with you? But if that's still the decision that you think that you need to make that's the best for your child, well, then you need to make that decision and deal with whatever the backlash is.
Right.
I mean, it's not easy being a parent. There's a number of challenges, and especially when you're separated or dealing with a blended family.
The emotion part of it.
The emotional part of is family law. I can't even tell you.
I feel like it's heavy weighted.
And it depends on the timing too.
Right.
Because when a breakup or a divorce is more fresh and newer, I notice that everything is escalated and more extreme. It does often get better over time. Not always, but it often does.
Maybe I'm still waiting for
that.
So
there's hope. There's hope.
Listen, y'all, we have the Honorable Erica Youngblood right here on the Sistahood Radio. Joining in the conversation, my name is LaRock Lewis, and we are here, the future of radio. I Access Radio on Sistahood Radio. We are unbossed and unbothered. We'll be right back.
This is us, Black women.
I like that, y'all. I like that. Yeah, I like that, y'all. I like that, I like that, y'all. I like that, yeah, I like that, y'all. I like that, I like that, y'all. I like that,
Oh, ooh-wee. Oh. When I'm looking at you, I keep thinking, why can't she be like you? So I'm scheming, I can't go on like this, believing that her love is true. Oh, standing on the dance floor while she tricking, you are all I want, girl. She's a chicken. We might be together, but love is missing. Girl, I want you. So what can we do? Girl, if it's alright, let's go somewhere and get it on tonight. Let's get it on. I got a girl, but you look good tonight. You look so good, babe. It's one-on-one tonight. Me and you, babe. Tonight. Girl, if it's alright, let's go somewhere and get it on tonight. Get it on. You shouldn't have to be alone tonight. Yeah. It's one-on-one tonight. One-on-one, baby. Yeah. Now she's looking. Children growing, producing men go.
I know where I'm going and I know where I'm from. You hear locks in the air.
Yeah, we at the airport out. D-block from the block where everybody Air Forced out.
With a new white tee, you fresh. Nothing phony with us. Make the money, get the mansion, bring the homies with us.
By the rocks that I got, I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. From In Living Color to movie scripts to all the six to J-Lo to this headline clips. I stay grounded as the amounts roll in. I'm real, I thought I told ya. I'm real, even on no bruh. That's just me. Nothing phony, don't hate on me. What you get is what you see. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from.
I wonder if she could tell I'm hard right now. Yeah. Come on. Dance for me, baby. Yeah. Uh-oh. You feel like? All right. Come on. Don't stop now. You done did it. Come on. Yeah. All right. Hold up. Baby, when we're crying. That's right. I get so excited. Ooh, how I like you. I try, but I can't fight it. Yeah. Oh, you're dancing real close. But it's real slow. You know what you're doing, don't you? You're making it hard for me.
Oh, the song's on you. Requested you're dancing like you're naked. Oh, it's almost like we're sexing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, boo, I like it. No, I can't deny it. But I know you can tell I'm excited. Oh, girl.
Step back, you dancing kinda close. I feel a little pull coming through on you.
Now, girl, I know you felt it. But boo, you know I can't help it. You know what I wanna do.
Baby, when we're crying.
Oh, yeah.
I get so excited.
Feel so good. So real.
Try, but I can't fight it.
You. And it's real. You know.
You're making it hard for me.
Yo, after the night, don't leave your girl around me. True player for real. Ask my nigga for real. Come on. That's how it's going down. Smell it. Smell it. Don't leave your girl around me. be smart about it. Celebration with the guys. I sacrificed 'cause I knew you could not sleep without it. Meanwhile, I love you. You are my girl. You see, I thought the world of you, but you're so steady, baby.
Hi, this is the Sisterhood. This is LaRock Lewis. Come join the conversation. What's up?
Hey, I have a question for the Honorable Erica Youngblood.
Absolutely. First, can we have your name?
Erica should know who this is by now.
This is Jonathan Youngblood.
Oh,
I
hello.
have the most
Hey.
supportive friends and family.
That's amazing. Well, Johnny, you can say hi to me too. Hello.
You guys did graduate together.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm
Doing good.
Great. This is good. So what's your question? Go ahead. You're live on the air. And make sure you turn down the radio or the your computer right now, so you won't hear the feedback.
Okay.
Okay.
Mom, turn it down.
Oh my God.
Mom, turn that down the radio for a second.
What's going on?
Is there feedback still there?
No, go ahead. You're on live on the air. Go ahead.
Okay. So my question is, Erica, now that you have your own courtroom and essentially what you say is what goes as before when you were a lawyer, or you're still a lawyer somewhat, you had to operate within, you had other checks and balances.
Right.
How do you change your thinking to be more like a judge who also has to have checks and balances, but doesn't exactly have them?
Love my brother. He's so deep. I believe you said Erica, and I think you meant honorable.
Hello, did you hear that?
I'm kidding. I just had to make a joke. Okay. So it is very, it's very different. It's a lot of responsibility. I'm getting used to it. Because people will say, well, it's up to you, Judge. It's your decision. And I'm like, oh gosh. So it's a great deal of responsibility that I take very seriously. And what I try to do is just take my time and not ever rush to make a decision. So if I need more time, to take more time. If I need more information, to gather more information. But I do my best to listen to all sides involved and what they have to say, and then figure out what is the law and how should it apply in this situation. So it is very different, and that's an excellent question. I don't know if I answered it, Brother John, so if there's a follow-up, let me know.
Well, yes, you answered it. Honorable sister, Erica.
That's so cute.
I love my brother. I have the most supportive family. I can't even begin. And friends.
Well, shout out to your family, Johnny, Mommy, and Daddy.
Yeah,
we're listening right now.
Thank you.
Any more questions you may have? Or comments or shout outs?
Hey, comments, questions, nah, just, Black Girl Magic.
Awesome. That's right. I know that's right. We have that drop. Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Yes. That's right. Thank you so much for calling in, Johnny.
Okay, bye.
and I wonder if she would take me as a birthday gift. She can scratch and sniff, then love me down when she gets a whiff. What she don't know, I'll show her. Don't think she got much to learn. I don't wanna own her. Next page turn. She's too high. The girl is too high. Too high.
And we are back, and welcome to the Sistahood Radio. My name is LaRock Lewis, and you have reached the Sistahood. Now, you know it is Black History Month, and we like to honor all of the African Americans who basically built this country, y'all, and that's definitely the truth. So let me introduce you to the one and the only Nina Simone. Now, most likely, you have heard a sample from one of her songs, Nina Simone. I was introduced to Nina Simone actually from Lauryn Hill. She actually said Nina Simone on a microphone. I think one of her lines in one of her songs, she said that. And at that time, I didn't know who she was. Nina Simone was a beautiful soul singer. Matter of fact, she is called the High Priestess of Soul. And I suggest that everyone needs to go and listen to her music. I actually have it on Amazon, on iHeartRadio. This month, actually, if you go to iHeartRadio.com, they have honored Nina Simone because February 21st was her birthday. She would have turned 85 years old on that day. Couple of facts about Nina Simone. She's actually born Eunice Wayman on February 21st, in 1933. She was a classical pianist. Okay, so that's one thing I did not know prior to listening to Lauryn Hill's song. She had an education and 2 honorary degrees from the University of Massachusetts, Amherst, and Malcolm X College. Another fact about Nina Simone and Malcolm X were actually very, very good friends until his death. And he actually was assassinated on her birthday. They were very good friends. Matter of fact, her daughter, Betty Shabazz, was the godparent of her daughter. I forgot her daughter's name though. Lisa. Oh, well, thank
Lisa
you.
Stroud.
You know what? I know. Really? Shut up.
Wow.
I'm so sorry. Go back to the facts. That's amazing. Okay. So another thing about Nina Simone, that, like I said, one of my favorite songs with Nina Simone, I think actually this is one of the favorite songs that you're actually playing right now. I Love You, Porgy is a very good song. Mississippi Goddamn, that's another good song, which is, and she also has a song that she tributes to Martin Luther King once he was assassinated, which is actually like a tearjerker. Her voice is just one of a kind, and she is, matter of fact, one of my favorite singers, along next to, of course, Stevie Wonder. But Nina Simone had that black girl magic. And she was so powerful, and she was for the people, y'all. She was for the people. She was saying this stuff way before it was cool, when they were out there lynching us, okay? And she was out there making a statement. So I suggest, if you don't know who Nina Simone was, I suggest you Google her right now, listen to some music, and listen to this song that DJ Powerhouse is about to play. Nina Simone, Black History. Oh, yeah, you can play the song now, yeah. And we are back. What's up, everybody? This is iAccess Radio. This is the Sistahood Radio with LaRock and Lady Bex. We're here with the Honorable Erica Youngblood right here, and we are totally excited. We had a great show so far, haven't we?
Yes.
I hope you guys are enjoying the conversation. Hope you are enjoying the music by DJ Powerhouse. We are right here. This is iAccess Radio, y'all. The Sistahood Radio. So going back to the questions, I'm Facebook friends with a lot of people, and I like to be Facebook friends with journalists, musicians, whoever. I like to know, have a nice circle of people I like to maybe chit and chat with. So there is a woman, a journalist, and maybe she's listening right now. Her name is Brittany Noble, out of Mississippi, and she was a journalist, and she is a journalist. I was introduced to her because when Michael Brown happened back in, Missouri.
Right.
When that happened, she was the journalist to interview his mother. And so ever since then, I began to follow her. And then all of a sudden, she was just gone. She was gone from Facebook. She was gone from, the TV station down there in Mississippi. She was just gone. When she returned on all her social media outlets, she said that she was actually terminated due to discrimination because of wearing her natural hair. Brittany Noble is an African-American woman, and when it comes to our hair, Black women, we are, I can't think of the word right now, but we are so passionate about our hair. And yes, we are discriminated with how we wear our hair. We are made fun of and made fools sometimes at people trying to mock us because of our hair. And our hair has a deep history in this country. So yeah, this is a big deal. It's a big deal. And that brings the questions I have to you. Now, if we are facing discrimination like that on, you have discrimination on race, color, sexism, this is our hair. And in reading the article that she wrote on Facebook, the station manager she was talking to was saying her hair was equivalent to wearing a baseball cap on live TV.
Oh my gosh.
Can you believe that?
I can't.
She did not. I didn't go on and read to see if this was, an African American man or white man.
Right.
I don't know, but that's what he said.
That's ignorant.
Extreme ignorance, right? And so she went on, and I've been following her ever since. She went on this journey on trying to make it, I think it was like a bill or a law or whatever, I don't know, in New York, that you were allowed to wear natural hair. I think it was a problem in New York because I watch Pix 11 News, and I see
there's more
diversity in here. Where she came from, it was a Confederate state. You might as well still call it that, okay? Bible Belt, under, state, whatever. Under the Bible Belt anyway. So they're they're less lenient to diversity. Right? What do you say? What happens when we are discriminated against at work?
Well, I have a variety of different things I would want to say.
Let's go. Let's hear them, girl.
I mean, certainly from a legal standpoint,
right?
You absolutely have rights when you're discriminated against in the workplace, and you would want to consult an employment attorney.
An employment attorney?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, she's an attorney for everybody.
Right. That's the funny thing.
Oh
it's
my gosh.
Sometimes people are just like, well, what kind of attorney
Exactly.
do I get?
Employment.
So, yeah, it would be an labor and employment attorney, somebody that specializes in employment discrimination.
Yes.
And you can have claims sometimes claims under federal law, or claims under the state law. Some states have greater protection than the federal laws, but that's kind of thing is absolutely not allowed in the workplace.
I can't even fathom that could even happen.
Yeah,
This is 2019, y'all.
But there's always going to be people that are ignorant, and what that results from is people who are living out of fear,
right?
And fear of difference, and a desire to try and shut somebody down or not let them be who they are,
right?
So it's a sad thing, but it's a reality that we have to deal with, and we're going to continue to see in different forms. So then I think the question is, what is the response to that.
And it's really actually a big issue when it comes to our hair in the workplace.
Right.
And I think, well, for me, you know, a very diverse, you know, district where I work in, right? But in other places, like, I don't know how is it in corporate. You know, I don't know how it is when I'm walking into corporate buildings and, you know, here comes the black girl with the dreadlocks, okay? The locks, not the dreadlocks.
It's
the locks coming in.
I mean, I haven't been in, like, say, quote-unquote corporate in a while.
Mhm.
That was when I first came out of law school. And I
Right.
think just in general in corporate, things are more formal and reserved. So
Right.
you could have a much more difficult time there than, say, in the public defender's office, when the nature of the people that work there are a lot more, I don't know what the right thing to say is, but, you know, sort of free-spirited and comfortable
Right.
and not afraid to be who they are.
Right.
You know, so then it might be less challenging in that environment. But there's challenges regardless, because even when you're a public defender, well, then when you go into court,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, what is a judge gonna say or think, or what is another attorney gonna say or think? But these things are always going to come up, so it's about making sure that we as black women feel comfortable about who we are and are able to stand up for who we are
and be firm
know
in
our
that,
rights.
and definitely be firm in that, because we should not feel that we have to hold back, as we have done for many years. We have made ourselves feel smaller,
Right.
so the other person in the room would be more comfortable.
Right.
Or let me not wear my hair naturally, so the other person won't look at it and stare and feel like, you know, oh my God, being distracted. No,
Right.
this is something that I believe only black women experience, because no one else has hair like this.
Right.
Our hair grows up,
Right.
and we wear it out, and it's right now. I believe we have a culture, believe it or not, of this natural hair movement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That we have found the beauty in it, and it's not stigmatized anymore. Like, oh,
right.
girl, well, you're not gonna straighten your hair. No.
That's right.
We have found beauty in this. So it does hit us hard when a beautiful woman is losing her job because she has not, you know, the word obeyed is not what I want, but obeyed the job because she did not press her hair or make it flatter.
Well, when did this
So
happen?
this happened recently. I can go back and share
'Cause
with you the article.
She may still have a legal claim.
But you know what though? I believe I don't know, but she is online actually. She's in New York now.
Okay.
I know she's in New York now, but I know that she left Mississippi because
she
of that.
should definitely, I mean,
And she
contact me and I can point her in the right direction. She may still have a legal claim if it's
she
that
did
recent,
say-
then the statute of limitations.
I did read in her article
not run.
that station was like set back in 1950s. They still have that type of mindset, and, of which, you know, and truly that mindset we weren't up in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Not on TV. You know,
Right.
So, and I feel like we need. It's like I'm saying, we need an attorney for everything. That's why we need an attorney in our back pocket. We need Erica in our back pocket. You know what I'm saying? I want to go in and say, you know what? Let me contact my attorney. Word up.
You feel a lot more empowered.
Exactly.
And honestly, when other people hear that you have an attorney, their
Yes.
reaction changes
It's a little different.
completely.
Exactly.
You
Yep.
know? So
Exactly.
you're absolutely right.
We definitely need that. And so, and speaking of an attorney, you still practicing?
I'm still practicing.
Okay, so tell us about, you know, your firm and
Thank
location
you.
and stuff like that.
So my
Let us know.
firm is Youngblood Law,
Mhm.
and I'm at 2 North Dean Street, Suite 204 in Englewood, New Jersey. And I can be reached at 917-838-9825. That is my office number. That is my everything number. Text is often the best way to reach me. And I'm also on Instagram.
Great.
In many capacities as Erica-esque. So
Okay.
that's Erica, ERIKA-ESQ for Esquire.
Oh, hey, get it. See,
So
she got a little
Erica,
spice there,
yes,
too.
Yes, I try.
So make sure, you know, if you do need an attorney, we have the Honorable. We still have that. The Honorable Erica Youngblood, who is still a practicing attorney. You can call her at 917 838-9825. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Because she's located right in Englewood, New Jersey, right over the bridge, Bronx people. Because, you know, y'all don't never like to come to Jersey. New Yorkers never want to come to Jersey. But listen, we will want to come to her in 2 North Dean Street, right there in Englewood, New Jersey. We are the Sistahood. Yo, listen, I mean when we say we are the Sistahood. Join in the conversation. We are on iAccess Radio, the future of radio. We are unbossed and unbothered. We'll be back.
We are here to empower, inspire, and uplift Black women and culture.
You made me happy. This you can bear. You stood right beside me, yeah, and I won't forget. And I really love you. You should know. I wanna make sure I'm right, girl, before I let go. We've had our good time. That's not to say, no. We've hurting each other. Girl, it's a shame. I won't be foolish, no. I wanna know. I wanna make sure I'm right, girl, before I let go. Yeah. You know I thank the sunrise. Nothing I would not do. Oh, no. Before I let you go. I would never, 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 never let you go before I. Oh, suki, suki now. Hey! Come on, baby. Hey there, sugar dumplings. Let me tell you something. Girl, I've been trying to say now. You look so sweet and you're so doggone fine. I just can't get you out of my mind. You become a sweet taste in my mouth now. And I want you to be my
acting crazy. Oh baby, what's happening? All my love is what I'm doing. If you want games, well I'm not playing. Let me know if you want to leave. Oh baby, please don't call me with your lies. I don't wanna hear it, baby. No, no. But it seems what you let me show you the way to go. I don't know everything, but there's something I do know. I know. I've read and heard a lot, and now I'm ready to show that we can come together and think like one. Come together now, live together underneath the sun. Please, please, let me show you, let me show you, let me show you the way to go. Follow me, my friend. Oh, let me show you. Come on, let me show you the way to go. Just put your trust in me. I'll try not to let you down. Let you down, let you down. The job is hard to do, but all we can do is down. 'Cause we can help each other to overcome. We can do it now. Just everybody and get the job done. Please, 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 just let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you the way to go. Follow me, my friend. Hey, let me show you. Come on, let me show you the way to go. Please follow me now.
And we are back. This is the Sistahood Radio. We're live right now from the Bronx on iAccess Radio. My name is LaRock Lewis. Missing is my partner in crime, is my Lady Bex. What's up, Lady Bex? We were here today. We are still here today. Winding up our show, we have the Honorable Erica Youngblood. Can we get some claps for her? Because she definitely needs it for today. Yeah, finals claps, finals claps. Be fast, be fast. So, before we end our show, I must say thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here and enlightening us and empowering, inspiring, and uplifting. And that's the main goal for. That's why Lady Bex and I have this show, is that we want other women to be inspired here. One thing that was inspiring definitely was something that you sent me, and that you believe strongly in the power of love and positivity, and that's amazing. And so share us about that, just to end our show well. Is to share your
Thank you.
Elaborate a little bit on that.
Well, it's not an easy world that we live in, and we often constantly have challenges and obstacles that we're facing.
Absolutely.
But I think if we can remember to try hard to stay positive and focus on love and be led by love, then that will be a beautiful thing. I often listen to motivational music or motivational videos. My favorite is Why Do We Fall? So if you Google that on YouTube, it has, several million views, but it definitely inspires me and has some of my favorite quotes. So I just try to stay positive. It's not easy, but
right.
You gotta try to stay positive.
Absolutely, and that definitely is brings up a lift and light every morning, and I do too. I listen to I have the daily devotionals that I listen to audibly, and so every morning I do, and everyone I advise people to actually do that. important to have something in your thoughts that is positive.
That's right.
And everyone needs that. That's definitely something. And as you grow older, you realize that's how important that is.
And repetition is key.
Exactly. You start your day. That's why I start your day like that. You have some shout outs.
I do have some
awesome.
shout outs. Speaking of love.
I
don't want anybody to be upset with me for not being shouted out. I am shouting out people that I know are listening. They have texted me. They confirmed they're listening. So shout out to my blended and extended family.
All right.
My husband Damon.
Yay.
Julian, Dylan, Kara, Emery, my son, my motivation, Emery's father, LeVar, who's also listening, Nicole, Kiki, of course, mom, dad, John, and Kwase.
Awesome. Give us some hand claps for that. That was so. Oh, you know what? That is amazing. You know what? It's like, it's just to hear that and the whole blended family, that just makes it's just love.
Yeah.
And we love that. We are the Sistahood. Join the conversation. Thank you for joining our conversation.
So much for having me.
I hope you were comfortable. I hope you had a lot of fun.
I had a blast.
We have fun here on the Sistahood, right here at iAccess Radio. We are ending our show right now. It is 9:55. And of course, after every show, we have a wonderful quote. And my quote today is from no other than the most beautiful soulstress singer who passed away in 2003, Nina Simone. Nina Simone said, "I spent many years pursuing excellence because that is what classical music is all about. Now it was dedicated to freedom, and that was far more important." This is the Sistahood Radio, y'all. Please check out What Happened, Miss Simone on Netflix. She is our Black History Women of the Evening. We are Black History 365, though. Don't get it twisted. We do this all the time, okay? Shout out to, of course, the Honorable Erica Youngblood that joined the Sistahood this evening and blessed us with so many things that I hope she was able to enlighten you like she did us and everyone else in the studio right now. Listen, our next show, it is March 8th. Hopefully you'll be there. We're here right here in the Bronx live March 8th. Make sure you check us out on iAccess Radio. Also, if you'd like to become a sponsor, we need sponsors, okay? Please email me at thesistahood.speaks@gmail.com. If you know me personally, text me. If you know a business small, there's no business big or small. We'll take anybody. You know what I'm saying? Come on. We're a good show here. We are definitely seeking sponsors and make sure you are sponsoring someone great. People here are great. So hopefully that you will have interest in that. This is Sistahood Radio. Shout out to my DJ Powerhouse. Make sure you follow DJ Powerhouse on Instagram. Call him up if you would like to have him DJ wherever at any event. He's available. Very good. 347-451-6680. Read that again. 347-451-6680. If you want DJ Powerhouse, he has some great tunes. I don't know if you were hearing it, but we were jamming here in the studio. Listen, our show has ended, but that's okay. We are coming back March 8th. This is the Sistahood Radio, y'all. I'm LaRock Lewis. Lady Bex, what's up? Give me a call. Have a blessed day.
make up your mind. Take you back to my shrine. And I'ma need the whole night. And a little bit more. They don't know how you like it. I'ma need the whole night and a little bit more. They don't know how you like it. I'ma need the whole night and a little bit more. I got the feeling you've been here before. You need it tonight like a weekend ago. You in or you out or you playing a folding. We in need of a moment. Are we ever gonna know? You should make up your mind. Take you back to my shrine. Don't you pay them no mind. Let them be, let them go. She was made for my eyes. We escaped the times. And I'ma need the whole night. And a little bit more. They don't know how you like it. I'ma need the whole night and a little bit more. They don't know how you like it.
Giving everything, you're giving everything tonight. And if you thought you could get away from me and get away from me, girl, just take your time. You're coming on with me tonight.
Club Shaker, DJ Powerhouse.
From the moment you was dancing in the party, pushing out on